We all know money doesn't grow on trees, but you're going to wish you had some to be able to afford some of the vintage collection vehicles that we're going to talk about today. I'm shocked at how much some of these ships are going for, and I'm especially shocked at the order in which they landed in this top 10. I think you're going to be really surprised, so make sure you stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Nerdzoic! If it is your first time here, welcome! My name is Matt, sometimes called Big Nerdy, and this is Nerdzoic. This channel is all about toy collecting and celebrating the franchises that we love. I don't know about you, but one of my favorite parts of Star Wars 3 3/4 inch figures is the vehicles that go with them. Now before I get into the countdown and tell you what the most valuable of these vintage collection vehicles are, I want to take a minute and talk about value. There's nothing wrong with talking about value or expense when it comes to collecting. People always seem to get butthurt about this. They start calling you names like scalper, or they say that you're only in it for the money. No, this does not make you a scalper. This makes you a scalper.
Fa la 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 ka-ching.
Okay, so the way this countdown works is it is based on completed eBay auctions that are all averaged together to give us a value. For this countdown, I ranked everything by actual value, not by percent growth, because if I did it that way, it would ruin the drama. Now, as we go through these, some of the top 10 have actually been re-released. I'll make sure to point that out when we come across them. Before we get to the top 10, I do have two honorable mentions. Honorable mention number 1 is the Imperial TIE Fighter. This was released in 2011. It released for just $25, imagine that, and now it's going for $119. That is a 376% increase. If we base this list solely on percent increase, this would be number 2 on the list because, again, toys were cheaper back then. Now don't go getting this confused with the 2018 re-release of the TIE Fighter. Also, don't get this confused with the Family Guy TIE Fighter. Honorable mention number 2 is the LANDSPEEDER. That was released in 2011. It was $25 when it was released. Now it's going to cost you about $115, which is a 360% increase in value. All right, let's get to the official top 10 now. Coming in at number 10 is the B-Wing. This was released in 2011. It was $40 at release, and now it's going to cost around $163, which is a 308% increase. This was a Kmart exclusive that later found its way apparently to discount stores like TJ Maxx. Did I say PJ Masks? TJ Maxx. You can tell I have little kids. I never saw it in any of these retail stores though, or else I would have bought it. In fact, what's a Kmart? I've never heard of that before. I'm joking, obviously. From what I can tell, this is the third modern version of the B-Wing. We got the Power of the Jedi version, which is the one I have. We have the Legacy Collection version, and then we have this version, which is the exact same body as the 2008 Legacy Collection B-Wing, but it's got a nice repaint to be more screen accurate. Coming in at number 9 is the Rebel Armored Snowspeeder. This was released in 2010. Once again, just $25 at release, and now it's going for $173, a 588% increase. This is the newest version of the Snowspeeder, but we have gotten a ton of other versions of this vehicle. There was the Power of the Force one that came in orange box. There was the Power of the Jedi version that came with a Dak figure because he feels like he could take on the whole Empire today. Don't get cocky, dude. In all seriousness, Power of the Jedi version, love it. I love any vehicle I can keep in the box, and it's also on display, and that's one of my favorites. There's also another Snowspeeder from the Saga line. This was the Rogue 2 Snowspeeder, and then there was a Saga Legend Snowspeeder, which I think is the exact same vehicle, just in a different box. Hard to tell. And of course, we have the Black Series Snowspeeder that came out just last year for the 6-inch line. Coming in at number 8 is the Y-Wing. Released in 2011, it released for $50. Now it's going for $180, which is a 260% increase. This was a Toys R Us exclusive. The cockpit is completely redesigned and has a retractable targeting computer. The previous versions include the Power of the Force 2. We had one that I've always wanted and somehow haven't gotten. There's one from the Clone Wars line. There's a beautiful one from the 30th anniversary line. And then there's a Saga Collection one as well. Coming in at number 7 is the TIE Interceptor, released in 2013 for $50. It's going for about $198 now, which is a 296% increase. This one was an Amazon exclusive. It had a newly designed cockpit, and the styling looks really cool. It even had removable ejector seats for the pilot. Previous versions of this include the Legacy version, which is very similar and was a Toys R Us exclusive, the 30th anniversary version, and the one I have, the Power of the Jedi version. Coming in at number 6 is Slave 1. Specifically, the one released in 2013, not the one that was just released. This one went for $70 when it was released. It's going for $206 now, which is a 194% increase, and it was an Amazon exclusive. It came with Han and Carbonite, 2 missiles, 2 bombs, 2 cannons, a detention cell, and a partridge in a pear tree. This version of Slave 1 is a straight-up repaint of the Clone Wars Rise of Boba Fett version of Slave 1. As I said a moment ago, this was released again last year in 2020. It was a re-release, although this time, instead of $70, it started at $150. The re-release is definitely an upgrade, but it's double the original price, which is really crazy to think about. 10 years doubling of price on things. This ship has gotten a crap ton of releases. For a while, it seemed like we got a new version of Slave 1 every time there was a new set of packaging that came out. Personally, I have the Power of the Force 2 Slave 1, which is Boba Fett Slave 1, and I have the Attack of the Clones packaging one that's Jango Fett's. Do I really need a third Slave 1? I don't know, but probably yes. Oh God, I hate myself sometimes. Coming in at number 5 is the AT-AT, specifically the first release of the AT-AT that was released in 2010. It went for $150 originally. Now, wait for it, $552. That's a 268% increase. This version is an Empire Strikes Back version, at least that's what the packaging says, and it comes with a AT-AT driver to drive it and a speeder bike. Ironically, number 5 is actually a tie, and it's tied with the second release of the AT-AT. What are the odds on that? That one is the Return of the Jedi version. It was a Toys R Us exclusive. It also went for $150. Now that one's going for a measly $481. Good Lord. The Endor version has some minor changes to it. It's got a completely different packaging. There's some minor paint changes, but other than that, all the sounds are exactly the same. We've gotten quite a few previous versions of this, and shockingly, they're all really expensive. There's the Saga version, which is $241, the Power of the Force 2 version, which is the one I have, which is $217, and then of course there's the Clone Wars 2010 version, which is $386. Coming in at number 4 is the Republic Gunship, released in 2013 for $120. You can pick it up on the old eBay now for about $561, which is a 367% increase. The Republic Gunship was a Toys R Us exclusive. It came with a clone pilot, a clone trooper, and Yoda figures, along with a crap ton of features, including sliding doors, a canopy, underwing bombs, door bombs, and ball turrets.
English, do you speak it?
Leave me alone, Jules, I'm doing my best. Coming in at number 3 is the Aluminum Falcon.
What the hell is an aluminum falcon?
Oh, the Millennium Falcon. The Millennium Falcon, specifically the first release that came out back in 2012. It was not cheap then, it went for $250, but it's even more expensive now, of course, going for $616, which is a 146% increase. As far as the ship itself, this is a 100% re-release of the 2008 Legacy Collection Falcon, except for it came in a nice new box and cost $100 more. Often called the BMF, which of course stands for Big
Earmuffs.
No need for earmuffs. I was going to say Big Millennium Falcon. What'd you think I was going to say? Oh, Jules' wallet. I get it. All right, so this Falcon is truly incredible and big. It's got a fantastic sculpt inside and out. It's got a beautiful paint app, and it's ridiculously movie accurate. It was released again in the Vintage Collection just last year as a Galaxy's Edge tie-in, and that's the version I currently own. And if you think paying $250 for a Millennium Falcon is hard to chew on, try $400. Ironically, this Galaxy's Edge version, the pricing's been all over the place. I was looking at eBay auctions and it's selling for about $450 before shipping, which is amazing because at some Targets it was clearanced out for around $200 about a month ago. So depending on where you live, you might have gotten lucky. Previous releases of this, besides the 2 in the Vintage Collection, we also got the 08 Legacy Collection that I mentioned. We got the original Trilogy Collection Falcon. We got the Power of the Force 2 Falcon in the orange box. And then we even got a kid-focused one that I think had like Nerf attachments back for The Force Awakens, but I don't really count that one because I don't think that was meant for collectors. Coming in at number 2 is Jabba's Sail Barge, released in 2018 and sold originally for $500. It's currently going for $788 on the aftermarket, which is a 57% increase. This was Hasbro's first HasLab project, and with 8,810 orders, I think it's safe to say that it was a major success. This puppy was 4 feet long. It came with multiple figures, including a Jabba the Hutt figure and a yak face on an OG Power of the Force card with a coin. Because of it being the first HasLab and really starting a whole new system for creating big product, this is going to go down as one of the most historically significant vehicles that was ever released for Star Wars. Coming in at number 1 is the Razor Crest, which will be released in 2021. You could originally back it for $350, but it's currently going for $795 on eBay pre-sales. That's right, folks, it hasn't shipped yet, but it's still averaging stupid pre-sale prices on eBay. And the best part of this is that I somehow talked my wife into letting me back it. Now that we just spent 10 minutes talking about the best vehicles, you're gonna need some figures to put in them. So check out this video here that counts down the 10 best vintage collection figures. Till next time, be cool and stay nerdy. Later.